favorite thing to do is play soccer. Today I'm going on that team. Tomorrow I'm going on that team.
The main thing I love about recess is the fact that we can all get out here and just have a fun time. It's just the simple things.
Recess isn't just fun for kids, it's good for their brains. A time for imaginations to run wild.
How do they get over there? There's sharks.
For children to problem solve, swing to new heights, and learn how to be a good friend.
Caleb, you okay, buddy?
After having recess, when students head back to the classroom, studies show they're more attentive and ready to learn.
Recess is so important for kids. They need to get outside, they need to run, they need to have time to play.
I think in today's day and age where everyone is very electronically focused, I think as much time as we can get those kids physically moving where the electronics is not an option is just healthier for them in general.
Some of the district's playground equipment goes back to the 80s.
The paint's falling off.
And showing its age.
There's supposed to be a glass piece right here.
We have some plastic pieces that have started to break. It's rusted out where the steps for the students to climb up are.
We just continually have to watch kids because it breaks and it's not the safest for them.
This car right here is one that they love to play on. So there is cement underneath it and gravel underneath it, so it's not super safe.
And different surfaces create a range of challenges.
Our surfaces are not consistent, so we have tire chips in one and then gravel in the other. Then on the other side where we have a great basketball court, there is gravel by that and it gets brushed onto there.
So there is gravel on that court all the time, so they're tripping and falling.
A balance beam for some is a barrier for others.
There's no accessibility for kids in wheelchairs. We have a student right now who is in a wheelchair and he just can't come outside for recess.
When I first started as the principal here, we had the beautiful new building and we were so thankful and the kids were so grateful to have the updated space, but then nothing was ever able to be done with the outdoor space.
And there is certainly room for improvement.
We have to continually shovel these tire chips back underneath there because there should be a certain depth to them in order to make that safe so that there's not broken bones. But it's a very popular thing. They love the zip line.
Do you ever get nervous though when you're watching kids on it?
Every day. That makes me nervous, yes.
We've had 3 students break their arms this year.
And how the playgrounds are now, there's precious few spaces to avoid the sun.
In fact, kids were trying to get out of the sun so much, they're going right underneath there in that little spot with shade right over there.
Right now, instead of just concentrating on fun, there's a few not so fun things these kids have to worry about.
Stickers on the ground. They're mostly like everywhere in the soccer field.
So after they play out here, if you ask a child to show you the bottom of their shoes, there'll be a bunch of like sandburrs.
Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, the stickers this year have been a deal and they bring up their balls and their shoes and they're like, Mrs. Brand, our ball popped, or look at my shoes. So
The stickers get stuck in their shoes and their socks and their pants. And then for real young kids, that is very worrisome. And then they kind of perseverate on that for a while. So even after they get back in class, the learning doesn't happen quite as quickly because we have to make sure that we're all removing stickers before they can go.
I want just a safe, fun, exciting place for all kids to come and play.
And a carefree place to play benefits the entire community.
Anytime I drive by on the weekends, especially when the weather's nice, there's always families over here playing, and it would be great to have some more features and have it be a little safer and more inviting for the community.
Playground safety is important because kids are going to fall. And while some are able to get right back up and keep going, that's not always the case. Through playground upgrades, we can literally soften the landing and give our children the best recess possible.
Number one thing I think would be turf. Some turf for the kids to play on. We just can't keep any grass alive out there. It just ends up being weeds and stickers, and it's not so fun for the kids to play on.
We want them to run, we want them to play, but when they're inhibited by having to stop and look at the ground to make sure they're not going to fall into a hole, that's a little bit of a problem.
And while the kids make do, we can all do something to make things better.
And I'm kind of a dreamer for the playground and for what the kids would like. I know it's a huge ask and a huge reach, and it's so expensive to do playgrounds, but I think it'll definitely be worth it for the kids.
It would be wonderful if we could upgrade some of our things that we have. It would be wonderful.